Greetings. Welcome to Karriemah's Culture, where we present interesting topics about women and girls. I am Karriemah Allah, and in this segment, we will consider one of the most important responsibilities attached to the divine attribute of self-respect, which encompasses our deepest respect for the originator of creation. This, of course, is a journey. Learning about the originator and attempting to live up to the reasons why he brought the woman from himself. To make progress along this journey of self-respect, we have to always look within ourselves, within our minds and bodies, for the treasures and the beauty of life. So, this great responsibility attached to self-respect is to properly care for ourselves, our minds, and bodies. This satanic world is held afloat by influencing us to accept false doctrines and false concepts about life. By false, we mean that which works against truth, goodness, and life. For example, whether we believe that there is another opportunity for us to live somewhere in heaven or hell after we die, none of us want to suffer sickness and disease. And we certainly are not looking forward to dying. However, could it be that the concept of the possibility of life after death has us taking our lives for granted? That is, being careless about eating properly, thinking properly, and living properly? By properly, we mean the ways that improve our health and vitality. Today, one of the most prevailing false concepts lies in the phrase, "Let me do me." In its positive connotation, this points to self-determination, which is necessary in a world where each of us confront obstacles, which include naysayers. However, the negative connotation is what we see reflected most among women, which is the justification to throw caution to the wind, being unconcerned about the consequences of our actions on our health and lives. The originator has placed controls over our growth and development, but we do not often see the need to reflect on the process of how he brings us forth. Although the Bible simply states that God created the male and female, the Holy Quran provides more detail. So in chapter 22, verse 5 of the Holy Quran, it states, "O people, if you are in doubt about the resurrection, then surely we, Allah, created you from dust, then from a small life germ, then from a clot, then from a lump of flesh, complete in make and incomplete, that we may make clear to you. And we cause what we please to remain in the wombs till an appointed time. Then we bring you forth as babies, then that you may attain your maturity." So, since our development into mature human beings occurs through a controlled process, why should not controlled processes be necessary in how we sustain our lives? Of course, we know that each of us will die. And we also know that some of those whom we love have passed away due to agonizing preventable diseases and preventable misfortunes. The medical profession has classified diabetes, heart disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and cancer as preventable diseases. Nevertheless, these are the diseases that bring the lives of millions of people to a painful end. By its very concept, prevention or preventable implies some level of control, and control involves some level of discipline. Avoiding, dodging, and evading danger are acts of preventing our lives from being threatened. Prevention also includes foresight, which is understanding that our actions today will affect us in the future. For example, if you have a license to drive an automobile, you were given knowledge that it was imperative to begin responding to a traffic light hundreds of feet in front of you. So today, most people drive with the mindfulness of what lies far beyond them. This is necessary to prevent accidents. So, as women and girls, does the concept of "let me do me" or that "I am doing me" include smoking cigarettes and blunts? Does doing you include eating hormone and chemical infested meats and processed foods? Does doing you include getting drunk and so-called high? Does doing you involve letting any man have sex with you and possibly impregnating you with a life you didn't plan on having or don't want? Does doing you include acting like a man? Even saying that you have a girlfriend or a wife when you're a woman too? So, as women, how can we properly care for ourselves without knowing and living according to the originator's purpose for making us, his second self? How can we properly care for ourselves without controlling what and who we allow into our bodies? How can we prevent becoming victims of cancer, heart disease, stroke, and diabetes unless we control what we eat, how we think, and what we do? Fortunately, we live at a time where good advice about these things is accessible. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has given us guidance for proper eating and proper living through his book, How to Eat to Live. And there are hundreds of books that offer the same type of advice. So, if we can agree that truly respecting ourselves as women extends to properly caring for ourselves, then we are standing on the foundation for preventing many misfortunes from occurring during our entire lives. Thank you so much for listening. Peace and blessings.